Welcome to the Boardroom Live. Today, we have an incredible session. Today, we have Laremy Tunsil, who signed a pretty massive deal with the Texans. We also have his advisor. Saint, is that the right name to call you? Tell me how I should label you, because you are a new being in today's age as it relates to helping Laremy do everything he's doing, expanding his global empire.
I mean, you really can't label me, but if you needed to use a term, you can go with COO, business partner, anything along those lines.
I like business partner.
I like that. All right, partners in crime. So I guess I'll kick things off. Laremy, it's pretty widespread known that you negotiated your own contract, and obviously you work with Saint and your team to do this, but you went away from the traditional agent route. Right. Why was that something that you felt comfortable with? And how did your relationship with Saint come to fruition where you guys are able to accomplish this incredible goal?
My biggest thing is always being different. It's always trying new things. It's always being not the norm, if that makes sense. And my manager, Lalu, helped me with that. Actually helped me with meeting Saints and actually talking about doing the deal without the agent. You don't need an agent to do your deal. Like, basically, your deal is written for yourself. And my team and Saint and my manager actually helped me with the terms of the contract and actually negotiating the contract by myself.
Saint, how did you meet Laremy? How did your relationship continue to evolve to get somebody? Because you know how it is. I'm an ex-athlete. I'm a little fickle sometimes. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. Everybody wants to be involved in business. How did you guys get to that point where Laremy felt comfortable with the relationship and to let you kind of, make the moves that you decided to make?
Well, yeah. So to his point, I met Laremy through his manager, Lalu. And, initially, man, I didn't talk to Laremy about anything business related. We just had great conversation, genuine conversation. And it was all about just educating him on the landscape of the business. Nothing was about what I do and what my team does. It was all about him just understanding exactly what the landscape of the business is going into, what's year 5 for him now and where he wants to be versus where what was being done for him. So it was really just being genuine, man. That's who I am through and through. And I let that show, and he saw that in me.
But Saint, tell me a little bit about your background real quick, and then tell me, ultimately now when you guys are a business unit, how do you guys approach business on a day-to-day basis? What are you guys looking to accomplish, and where do you guys want to go?
So I have a football background. I played in college, and I also worked at different football agencies. And now, I'm at Lifeline Financial Group, and our CEO, Humble, and I, we speak on a daily basis, and I speak to Laremy on a daily basis. He speaks to Lalu on a daily basis. Lalu speaks to Doug Sanders on a daily basis, who handles LT's marketing and PR. So we're all, talking on a string. I talk to LT every day. LT talks to Lalu every day. Lalu talks to Doug every day. So we're just all working on a string, making sure that we're on the same page and we're always communicating.
I don't like always saying numbers, but I have to say it because it's pretty incredible, man. 3 years, 66 million, 50 million guaranteed. You guys did a hell of a job. Laremy, when did you start putting pen to paper about, this is what my worth is, and how do I go about getting what my worth is?
You know what? I actually got to give credit to my team because they helped me with a lot of things, man. They helped me negotiate this contract, the ins and outs. They taught me everything I needed to know. And and when I got into meetings with the coaches, everything was just clockwork. It was easy. So I got to give a lot of credit to my team.
So how was that though? Because, it's like when I had to re-up my deal at ESPN, I know I can handle the finances of it, but sometimes I don't want to have that relationship with my boss because I might feel my value is higher than what he's trying to counter my value at. And that can ultimately affect our relationship. How was that with the coaching staff and with how you guys were able to come to an agreement on that?
Bill O'Brien pretty much made things easy. He wanted to get things done, and we got the contract done fast. Billy O'Brien, he's a good dude, man. And, he's getting slandered because of the things he did, but he's a great guy, and the negotiating process was pretty easy.
Saint, what were the steps that you took in that process? Take us through that.
So at first, like I said, I had to educate Laremy to know what he was getting himself into. So one of the first things I told him was not to take anything personally. This is business. So don't take, anything that they may use against you to try to diminish your value personal. That's just a part of business. So once we got past that, it was really about understanding all the parameters of the contract, where we needed to be, why this was important versus this, and why we didn't want to get caught up in all the headlines of a 5-year this and a 6-year that. Like, let's get to the real numbers and let's focus on that. So really just educating him on, you know, the main sticking points of his contract and letting him know why and where we needed to be. And once we put those parameters in place, like we stuck to those and, you know, we got the deal done.
It's incredible. Laremy, does it resonate to you that you're the highest paid left tackle in the NFL? Does that resonate? How does it feel when somebody says it out loud?
It's like, it's unbelievable in my eyes. It's like you still can't believe it, if that makes sense. Like, it's overwhelming just to hear, like, you the highest paid offensive lineman. Like, it's so hard to believe, man. Words can't describe the feeling for sure.
I'm going to put both of you guys in the spot here. Ready to brainstorm with me? So we did a boardroom segment with your QB, Deshaun Watson, right? We've seen Patrick Mahomes get a massive deal. What kind of advice would you guys give to your own quarterback as he's trying to negotiate and figure out what his worth is as well?
Go get that bag, folks. Hey, it's already written. It's already written with D4, man. He's a extremely great player, and we all know that. Like, I don't have to say much about D4. Like, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get his for sure.
Yeah, I know he has extra motivation. He got the 89 on that Madden ranking, and that's pretty absurd. We'll talk about that another time.
Oh, man.
All right, so bring me to where we are now. You know, I saw that owners proposed that 35% of salaries during this pandemic, since they feel like a lot of money is being lost, they want to be left in escrow. I saw what the NFLPA countered back at, was saying, you know, no money left in escrow, really kind of shed that loss throughout the 2021, 2027, those seasons in between. Where do you guys think, how do we get football back throughout this pandemic? If football is able to come back, question for you both, you know, what kind of things would you like to see in place in order to not only just ensure your safety, but also as it relates to what your earning potential can be during these crazy times? I know it's a tough question, but it's where we're at right now, unfortunately.
I'm going to let Saint get this one.
Yeah.
I mean, owners, you know, they take a lot of the upside. And in this case, you got to take a lot of the downside, you know. So putting that money in escrow at 35% just isn't going to work, in my opinion. I don't think any of the players will go for that. But, you know, they got to take some of this downside right now that we're going through and just take it on the chin, in my opinion.
LT, how do you feel about these potential face masks that they're building into helmets? Do you think that would help you guys or limit your risk overall by having these things built in? I know JJ Watt was like, he's not for it. I didn't know how you felt about it.
I'm not for it either. I agree with JJ. That doesn't make sense to me. We still grab each other, sweating everywhere. Like, it don't make sense to me at all.
During these times, man, a lot of people have had time off from their respective sports. What have you guys been talking about during some of these free times? Obviously, there's a lot going on just in the world, social unrest on top of playing sports. What kind of conversations have you two been having behind closed doors?
So, I mean, it's been a lot of stuff involving social justice. You know, that's the hot topic right now, although it shouldn't be a trend. This is our daily lives and stuff that we experience on a daily basis. But outside of social justice, you know, we gave back to the community. You know, once COVID really hit, I think it was like the beginning of April, and we paid as many bills as we could. We gave back to the Houston community and also his hometown of Lake City. So we just continue to talk through those things and just making sure that, you know, we're checking in on each other and checking in on our wellness as well, making sure that we're where we need to be. And if not, you know, kind of talking through that.
It's really cool. LT, obviously what you've been able to accomplish at, you know, your age right now is pretty off the charts. When you talk to younger kids out there who want to get that same payday, who have that same kind of grind, what kind of advice do you give them about how to assemble their team? Because like what you guys are doing is so different. It's non-traditional than just having an agent. You guys have built a relationship, and now you guys this is family legacy that you guys are forming.
Right.
What kind of advice do you give to these kids?
My biggest thing is just believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself, you can accomplish a lot of things. And I could just keep it as simple as I can be, man. Just believe in yourself and just get it done.
How did you properly, obviously your relationship with Saint when you guys met, but how did your relationship build, right? Like how were you sure that Saint was the one to help you get it done? Because, you know, a lot of athletes have a lot of different ways they look at things.
Thanks. I mean, it was iffy at
Look,
first. We for sure met
Saint
at
leaned
Chapter
in.
2
Saint
Miami.
leaned in. Saint went like this.
Yeah, he would hear it.
He
But it was
hear
for sure iffy. Like, you can't trust everybody. Yeah, for sure. You can't trust everybody being a top athlete like that. You know, Saint didn't. He was just genuine. We're talking. He's a genuine guy, great guy, and I took that step with Saint and Lifeline because I had to believe in myself. Like I said, so I believe in myself. I took that chance and it worked out for the better.
And Saint, how did you balance, right? Because, you know, one of the things I always see, and this is not you, but I'm just saying the experience of an athlete or even somebody in media, right? I'm always around people who are fast talkers. Oh, Jay, you need to be doing this. Oh, Jay, you need to be doing that. You need to get your hand in this. You need to get your hand in that. So for me, I'm very apprehensive to let somebody in my inner circle. It takes a long time for me. But you being on the outside, obviously building that relationship with LT, what were some of the things you went through psychologically? We're like, all right, maybe I can't push the envelope here, but I can think, how'd you learn how to communicate with him and connect with him to get to a point where you guys are able to launch this?
Well, I think in general, I'm a very personable person, so I just let that shine through. But also, I mean, I don't push. My thing is I trust my build, the build that I got, you know, that I got in with LT, and from there, I just detach myself from the results. You know, you can't predicate what's a failure, what's a success based on the results. As odd as that may seem, I just trust the journey, and I can be at peace with the results. So what I did was I just, you know, continued to build with him in a genuine way. And I know, I know the contract that was on the horizon. I know the type of athlete that he is. And I didn't let none of that, dictate how I wanted to treat him. I wanted to treat him as a human, which is what we all are. And I just trusted that, man. And it all worked out.
Obviously, I know you guys are focusing on the immediate plan, which is obviously your career on the field and obviously seeing what other big business opportunities are out there available. But if I were to ask you both, in 10 years from now, where is LT and Saint? What do you guys have your hands into? What are you guys trying to do? Take me through.
What are our hands in? Everything.
Yeah.
You know, we're out in LA and we have some pretty strong relationships, you know, within our network. And there's a lot of stuff that we do as a whole, you know, as a group. But involving LT, you know, he loves music, he loves cars, he loves fashion. So this really making him a household name in those arenas outside of football. I feel like in 10 years, if you still remember him as a football player, we didn't do our job.
Hey, oh, you snap, bro. You snap, bro.
Is that an equity? Like, would you want equity within companies? Do you see yourself more in the fashion space? Like, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years as well?
I feel like Saint took the words out of my mouth, man. I would love to have equity in businesses. That'd be nice, and just let my money pile up.
I'm with you, man. Well, it seems like you guys have built a pretty incredible foundation, and with the players you have on your team and with the team you have behind you, LT, you're going to be on the verge of doing a lot of incredible things, man. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and thanks for coming on the Boardroom. I respect and appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, my guy.
Appreciate y'all having me.